Hi, I'm Ruby from the Useful Journal, and I am bringing you my flip through of my Nuuna journal, which I've been using in 2023 so far. There are 9 months in this journal, and I start with an index, and this is a bit different to a normal index. It's kind of a theme index, and I show just a little snippet of what the theme is about for each month and what page that is. This journal does have page numbers. I've got an owl theme for my journal setup at the beginning and I did originally think, it's 256 pages, I did originally think I would get 12 months in this journal, but obviously didn't. I've only got 9 months in there, so I've stepped up my journal use this year. I've got my when did I last spread, some journaling ideas, monthly memories. I've not quite finished a couple of things in here, so I've got to write a little blurb for these monthly memories and add one for September. Some goals. I didn't end up working on any mini habits. My 23 in 23, I still have an awful lot of things to get done before the end of the year, so woohoo! Then I had my reading log. I kept it very simple this year. I've never done a reading log before, and so I just had used my mini printer to print out the cover of the book, and then I gave it a rating and a little bit of writing. A lot of my books I pick up from street libraries. In my area I have 3 street libraries within a few blocks of my house, and they're just a little, they tend to be just a little box on a post with a little roof on it, and people just put their secondhand books in there. So the idea is that you chuck one in and take another one out. So it kind of works like a library. It's actually amazing. You don't often see the same books turning up. So there's a bit of turnover, which is great. And then some of them I read on my Kindle. I didn't get around to doing weight loss progress, but I should, because I actually did start losing weight in this journal period. So there you go. I've got my outfit goals, and I am about to get to my first outfit goal, although I set the goal weight for that dress at 84, and I think it's going to be more like 82 kilos. My good habits, I've been doing these. I haven't been bouldering, but I do want to start. My meal planning, I've used this spread before. The idea is that you simply go, okay, on Monday I'm going to have that for breakfast, I'm going to have that for lunch, and I'm going to have that for dinner. And you do that each day, and then you can work out what you want to eat. And so it's just a little system I've come up with. Then in January I had my theme. I cut up a Where's Wally book, and I can still use most of it. I only cut up one page of it, really, 2 pages. And so in this Where's Wally book you had goals of things to find, and so I did that by marking them with a little transparent sticker which you can feel but you can't see, so you can kind of see where you've picked them. I, aside from that, used some little figures cut from a loo roll wrapper, toilet roll, and I did a shadow lettering using some quite bright colours which matched with the colours of the pages from Where's Wally and matched with this washi tape border. So fairly straightforward month. I have been doing dailies all year rather than weeklies, and that's been working really well for me. I've kind of pivoted between having tasks at the beginning of the week and then just writing notes on each day, to having each day, like tasks and events noted on each day. So you'll see that as we go through. Water tracker, being really inconsistent with my water trackers this year, and sometimes I didn't even use one. So yeah, this Exercise spread is generally all year I've been just using mini stickers to show the day that I do exercise and just a code. So K for kayaking, S for swimming, W for walking, and I happen to do a canyon that month as well. So that's just noting the days I exercise. My goal is kind of at least 2, hopefully 3 times a week. Yep, this month is pretty consistently the same. I have also changed my fountain pen ink each month to match the theme. I'm still using the Suzuki inks. I bought this huge sample set and they've been lasting me forever, and it's quite fun to play with different colours. I only did cursive writing in this month and then realised it wasn't working in this journal because of the 3.5mm line, so you'll see that I changed in later months. So let me just prop this side up. In February I did some of my washi tape art that I like doing, and it's basically torn pieces of washi tape using darker colours to get appropriate shading and things, and I did a cat theme in February. I've also done a small Dutch door kind of thing here so that my February, which also uses washi tape, my title could go over both pages. Another washi cat. I do love how these turned out, and I quite liked playing with a different colour scheme for a picture because I tend to be quite, in the past have been quite realistic with my colours, and I haven't been brave enough to kind of venture beyond the colour you would expect. And I have loads of pink washi tape, so I wanted to use some of them up. Because pink is not something I use a lot, although as you'll see later I did. Calendar, again my exercise tracker, didn't get as much done that month. I love how this cat is leaping off the edge. I'm getting much more confident, washi tape letters again, I'm getting much more confident with my drawing skills. I think I'm slowly getting to the point where I draw something and it actually looks like it's supposed to, so that's quite pleasing. The biggest challenge with washi tape art figures is getting the eye right. I use washi tape for that as well, and it's quite tricky to get the right look because you want your figure to have the right expression as well. Washi tape ball. This is my sleep tracker. I stuck with this format for the rest of the year, setting a target time to go to bed, which I fail miserably at and go to bed way too late. I kind of had to change up a lot of my layouts this year because of the 3.5mm grid. I was tracking how many hours a day I was working because I was really irregular. I've found working at home and working at the office quite a struggle, like the hybrid kind of lifestyle, and I was struggling a lot with stress this year, so work has been a bit irregular. I used stamps here, and these are rub-ons. So in this month you'll see I changed the format again by having kind of a weekly tracker for events at the beginning of the week, and then went into my dailies. And quite like this format. I don't know why I didn't go back to this one because it worked quite well. And the quarter of a page, this is a larger page than an A5, so you've got a bit more space, so you can get away with doing a quarter of a page. In March I did another washi tape art, but a different style. So this one was more like sculpting, so I'd lay down the washi tape and then cut it to the shape I wanted. There's a little bit of layering to try and get the right effects, but I love how this turned out. It's all washi. And I had a little bit of a story going. So there's a girl paddling on a lake and she dives in, and there's a seal, which suggests that it would be an estuary rather than a lake. She dives out of a boat into the water, and there's a seal diving alongside her. My calendar had to fit around my picture, which is why I ended up going with this format, which I actually loved how it turned out. A few little splashes here, it's all washi. Then my exercise tracker. Once she dives in, she finds a treasure chest on the bottom that has an octopus sitting on top. And I had an extra page in here. I was starting to train for some ultra marathon kayak events, so I worked out a good training schedule, which I don't think I stuck to, but never mind. Sleep tracker split into 2 lines because once I got past February that only had the 28 days, I could no longer fit a month in one line, which was a shame, so I then had to go to the double 2-column kind of approach. A habit tracker went okay, and then this is where I started doing this format of having my 2 weeks spread across two-page spreads. I would start by noting what my prompts were, which helped me work out what to write. Fortnights after that, you'll see that that ended on a Sunday, so the first week was a bit of a fill-in week. This is the normal sort of spread where I started with a quote and then moved into responding to prompts and sometimes just free writing. I didn't always work with the prompts. The prompts were kind of there to help me fill an entry if I got stuck. I had my events at the top of the page, and then here I had intentions, lots of quotes, lots of little stickers to decorate my page, more quotes, and then that month finished and we go into April. Now in April I did a camping wildlife theme, and not Australian because there is a moose and a bear, so an American camping theme. I did an original cover page, which I actually don't remember what it looked like. Oh, I remember what I was trying to do. It wasn't very good, which is why I ended up doing a painting on separate paper, which I then stuck over the top, so that is a stuck-in page. And for the first time in my life, I used acrylics. I've never painted with acrylics before, and look, it worked okay. I really love this layout of this monthly with the little circle here. I love this picture. This worked out okay. Habit tracker, sleep tracker, exercise tracker, and just a few reminders of things I needed to do. Once again, going into the month, I start with the prompts that I was going to use that month. And again, you can see I've changed inks. Still got the events. So you'll see from here on, I've used the same layout for my dailies with the prompts. I didn't have prompts every month, but yeah, generally the same. Quotes, stickers. Some of these are rub-ons. It's been a good way to use up some of my sticker sets because I was getting quite a few of them and wanted to actually use them. I hate buying things and then you never use them. So then in May I experimented, and there's a video about how I kind of developed my idea as I went. Paper, stamping, letters and stamping music, and I actually really like this layout on the music staves, so that was quite cool. And the highlight for me for this month was my kilometres paddled tracker, because in June I was doing a major marathon, so I was doing a lot of kilometres. Each note represents a kilometre, so I really love how that turned out. See, this is evidence of me not getting organised early enough in the month with my layouts, and so I end up missing the first few pages. Terrible trend that I'm trying to reverse. Went to quite a bright orange ink this month, but it works with the layout. Same thing again, except this time I've got music and a bit of sticker below my event box. So these are some beautiful stickers from Linu's Pots. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but she makes the most gorgeous planner stickers, and if I use these up I will probably buy more because they're just gorgeous. I've got quite a few sets. Back to washi in June, and this time I was doing dachshunds, my usual style of washi art, doing dachshunds. Wish I hadn't chosen Merle dachshunds because it was a very hard colouring to achieve. It would have been better if I'd done like a black and like a tricolour one. That would have been a bit easier. But they're pretty cute, pretty cute. Same sorts of spreads. Kilometres paddled. Now the kilometres paddled is not the gold, the kilometres paddled is the black, and each of those footprints represents 5 kilometres. So managed to do quite a few kilometres, didn't quite get to the end, but that's okay. Same sort of dailies. Love these stickers. Yeah, still using prompts. Really love how these little sticker collage layouts went. Beautiful little vinyl stickers, and these are so cute as well. These are from Silly Possums. Missed a few pages, days there. I don't get, look, a lot of people hate empty space, and look, it bothers me a little bit, but you know what? Things happen and you just don't get to it. And a way to avoid that is to follow the actual bullet journaling style, which means that you don't have these all pre-laid out. You are just laying days as you're just writing down days as they happen. And so in a proper bullet journal, I would have just had Wednesday here and written something Wednesday there and not had Monday and Tuesday because I didn't get to it. So yeah, I'm not a pure bullet journaler. I often am tempted to go back to that, but I just worry that I would let it slip if I didn't have that day sitting there that needed filling in. July, again went back to washi, and this time, instead of my torn washi, I've cut teardrop shaped washi to make beautiful gradient style fish, and really love how these turned out. I love this month. Little fish for my exercise, didn't do very much. Beautiful fish again, and love these gold titles as well. Bit of coloured pencil. I use Prismacolors if you're curious. I actually put a short up on YouTube asking whether people thought I should just leave these gold and white or black and white, or should I colour them in. They voted for colouring them in, so I did, and I'm not sure if that was the right choice because they don't kind of fit the colour scheme, but they're still cute. So yeah, not bummed. These were stencils that I used a brush and ink over, and some stickers. This month I did something different by having a little weekly tracker at the beginning of each week in that column, which was actually quite good. I think I prefer habit trackers on a weekly basis rather than a monthly basis. I think I'm better at sticking to them when they're weekly, so I may go back to that in my new journal. Again, missed a few days here. And I had a spare column, so I threw in a review, and My Dear Sputnik, I think, was the one I picked up this triangle thing from. You proportionally lay out how much time occupied you in that month. Yeah, I had a little mini holiday, but spent a lot of the month thinking about losing weight, and I had a big chunk of kitchen install, which obviously took up a lot of time. I got a new kitchen. In August, I decided to have a go at using an Archer and Olive kit. It's just a monthly kit, it's not a subscription box, and I've never used one before, and I thought, hey, I'll give it a try and see whether I could come up with something cool. And so you get this piece which is already cut to that shape, and so I just put August on the next page for my Dutch door. On the back you get these 3 different colours of paper, so I did a tricolour calendar. This is washi tape that you get with the kit, and so I then continued this theme throughout with the washi along the edges of blocks of colour. I had a whole week's holiday, so I just did a double page spread rather than my dailies, and then we go into my normal dailies. I didn't have prompts in August. This was August. Used up a fair few of the stickers. These are stickers as well, washi tape that came with the kit, so it was a nice way to use the kit, and I'm quite pleased with how it turned out. Then finally in September, which is not quite finished, this was inspired by the Barbie movie, which was quite big in August. Everyone was talking about it, so I went, hey, here's a chance to use up a lot of pink stuff. I did kind of a retro 50s pink theme using the same lettering that they use in the Barbie movie, and just kind of continued with that. I've got quotes from the Barbie movie. I have some quotes from Ken as well, and when it's a Ken theme page, it's a blue page, but they're mostly pink. This is my exercise tracker, and this is a distance tracker because I'm once again training for another kayak marathon. A few quotes. Didn't use any prompts this month, just had events in these pink boxes and missed a couple of days there, and got to use lots of washi and lots of stickers that I had in my store. So I think I've cleaned out most of my pink stickers, which is good. It's not a colour I use a lot normally. There's a Ken page, a blue. This pen was a little bit light. This was a chameleon pen rather than fountain pen ink. And then, yeah, this is where I'm at. So only a few days left in September before we move on. Oh, separated that by doing the Ken colour for my monthly review. Again, I had a spare column, so I thought I'd do my monthly review again, and just a few notes I wanted to add afterwards. And then, yeah, there's only about 9 or 10 pages left. I was able to fit in a watercolour test. There's a few notes. There's my grid guide, my pen test, and that's it. So that is my Nuuna journal. It is very sturdy. I have had absolutely no issues with durability. This cover is amazing. It's the recycled leather cover. It's incredibly durable, doesn't get damaged easily. It's bulged a little bit from all the stuff I've stuck in, but that's to be expected. Binding has separated from the cover a little bit there. It's meant to be a perfect binding that is attached like that. But I have really bashed this around for 9 months, and I am sufficiently happy with how that's holding together. Like, it's not going to come off. So while there's some separation, it is not going to come off. So that is, oh, that was a good bang. That is my 2023 journal so far, and I am very excited to move into my next one, which is a notebook therapy. Stay posted. See you later.